game, you're not ready for it.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? This is Main Event Trey. Back at it again. What up? I haven't done real episodes like this in a while, so we just been streaming a lot. What's up with my mic? Hold up. Crap. Hold up. I gotta make sure y'all can hear me. Let me look at episodes like this in a while, so we just been streaming a lot. All right, y'all can hear me. We just been streaming a whole lot, just doing gaming. Like gaming really been extremely fun for me. So, but what's going on? You see, it's early in the morning. We doing the stream. We going to watch the Elon Musk We Robot event he had. He had the Tesla event, the whole Tesla event. That he have these different inventions. He have a robot van. He got an actual robot that we're gonna dive into. We're gonna discuss. So we about to just dive right into it. Hold up, let's get it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the platform. Let me see if y'all can see my screen. I'm going to have to look at it through YouTube, so I might not be able to look at the comments. I'm trying to see how I can do this. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to try to look at the comments. What up, garden scientists? We about to get into it. So we about to watch this live event and check it out. Let's go. We gotta keep working. Also, the people on Twitch, I'm not gonna be able to see your comments, so just you can put your comments out. I'll reply to them later, like a Q&A session. So. I don't know what's up with my mic. My mic is crazy right now. It's working, but it's not lighting up. But it don't matter.
Statements made in this presentation are forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties. Actual results may differ materially from those projected. More details can be found in the written materials.
Ladies and gentlemen, here, everywhere, online, around the world, outer space, I'm Franz. And on behalf of everybody at Tesla, welcome to We Robot. Just want to thank Warner Brothers for hosting us here. As you know, this is the birthplace of many epic films, many of them depicting a vision of the future. We're here tonight to experience that future that is closer than you think. And who better than Elon, right, to show us that future? So it looks like Elon's on his way, so let's welcome him up here.
All right, just pause it. See, I love things like this. I love that's one thing that I do embrace. I used to have been like a really good fan of Elon. I'm not so much now because like especially what he was doing to the market and the influence he had from that. But I just love people that's inventing things, being creative, being an innovator. It's like so cool that we can put our minds to something. We can make a reality and create something that could really be helpful to the world. Technology has been extremely helpful for us to the point that we use it every day. We use the technology every day. But we gonna get into all the other stuff. Because I remember one of the episodes I created was the good, the bad, and the ugly of technology. If y'all could just go on my YouTube. I believe it's on... I'm not sure if it's on trade. It's on Main Event Trade page. It might be on the dotted line, but yeah. So make sure you check that out. But let's continue.
Ever wondered if there's an easier way to build big capital faster trading?
Y'all not paying me for
up to
this.
$1 million.
All right, that's dope. Now playing Robot. All right, so this is the robot taxi I'm talking about. So the robot taxi, there's nobody driving it. It's strictly automation. See, I'm a geek, so I love things like this, man. I love things like this. I should have been here if I would have knew what this event was. So he's going into the robot taxi car, completely automated. It's a driverless vehicle. This is the future. This is the future, man. This is the future. And it looks dope. It looks like a futuristic car that you'll see in the... y'all remember the Jetsons? Old school cartoon. All this is happening. Or Dragon Ball Z, when you see the flying cars and stuff like that. And how it looks. This is it. So basically it's driving around. So basically, this is like a smart city. It's like a whole smart city. I'm curious how is it running? Is it operated on neural networks? Based off of the detection from like each curve, each time it turns the street. Is it detecting that? The neural network is detecting the where it's at on the street, and that's the way it's able to navigate. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but we'll get more information on it. So it's operating on the neural networks, and it's detecting how close it is to the curve to the point that it's driving smoothly. So I would say this: New Jersey need it. Hold up, I would say this: New Jersey definitely need it. Yo, like. If you from Jersey and 21, 21 is crazy. It's always accident. It's chaotic. People's in a rush to go home. People's in a rush to go to work. The traffic lights is so weird. So everybody is turning in the same lane. That's why so many people died on 21. It's a terrible street, terrible highway. It's a terrible highway, it's like so many people got hurt from that highway, and the human error of driving it could be prevented with these driverless vehicles, a taxi and stuff like that, and we have situations with Uber drivers, becoming what's the word? Becoming criminals, doing something inappropriate to the people that they driving, especially the women. So this eliminates all of that. You won't have to deal with it. Now it could be an eagle eye situation, and that driverless car could be driving you to the penitentiary, or it could be driving you off the cliff if it could be hacked. So it's also a good and a bad in that. The good is the fact that it eliminates human error. It could probably be preventable when it comes to crashes because the neural networks could detect collision. It could detect how close it is to the curve, how close it is to cars, and when you're in motor vehicles and you take your driver's test and it says you're supposed to be a certain each car's on the highway should be in a certain distance, and it's detecting that analytically perfectly and efficiently to the point that it's not going to have those collisions. And also you won't have to deal with like your taxi driver being mean. It was all right. It was a story, right? It was about probably like maybe a month ago. So I was I went shopping in ShopRite. And I got my food and everything, and then I requested a Lyft. So I requested a Lyft. Always put the food in their trunk. So they picked me up. Always put the food in the trunk. The Lyft driver, he was just driving. He wasn't on the phone, or I think he was on the phone. I think he was on the phone for a split second. I live about 15 minutes away from ShopRite. So once I get out the car, right? Funny story. Once I get out the car, the Lyft driver just pulls off. I'm like, hey, I got my groceries in your car. Hey. And I was just going to give up. I was just going to call Lyft and said, this guy just stole my groceries, right? So it came, I was like jogging. But once he stopped because it was a red light, I sprinted. So like I was sprinting at that car. Boom, 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 sprinting like how Will Smith was running at that vehicle in Bad Boys 2. And when he was shooting at the vehicle and he was running at the vehicle full speed. So I ran full speed, almost pulled a hamstring. But I caught up to him. I almost jumped on the vehicle. I was like, hey, man, my groceries in your car. You just tried to pull it off and steal it. He said, oh, man, I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh, man, it crossed my mind. I said, yo, take me right in front of my house. So he pulled off on my groceries. Now, was he trying to do that on purpose? I don't think so. I just think he was just not even thinking. He just wasn't even thinking, to the point that he didn't realize I had groceries there because he just, it happens. But it eliminates all of that. It eliminates all of that when you have probably like a self-driving car that's completely automated. It's grabbing so much data that it makes it as efficient as possible for it to have these human errors, to be able to, avoid car crashes, to be able to avoid criminals trying to do extra stuff, take your money or do something inappropriate to you, or say things inappropriate to you, or even there's sometimes I don't like having a conversation. I just want to go home. I want to just hop in the Uber and just go home. And sometimes the Uber driver, Lyft driver, or the taxi driver, they want to have conversations, and I don't. I'm tired for work. I just want to go home. So you won't have to deal with that with this. But it's also the bad. If you watch Eagle Eye, that drink can take you somewhere, and you like, what the hell? Like if you have parking tickets or you have a warrant, which you shouldn't have a warrant, you should be paying your stuff, but if that's the situation, it could drive you right into the penitentiary. That automated car could be an automated police car, just like at a snap of the finger. So let's finish watching it.
Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it. As you can see, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the Cybercab. And there's 20 more where that came from.
Okay.
So they've been traveling. They're all, there's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by with no people. And we have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight. So you'll see Model Ys and the Cyber Cab, all driverless. You'll be able to take a ride in the Cyber Cab. There's no steering wheel or pedals. So I hope this goes well. We'll find out.
They lit right now. They lit.
So you see a lot of sci-fi movies where the future is dark and dismal, where it's not a future you want to be in. So like I love Blade Runner, but I don't know if we want that future. I think we want that duster he's wearing, but not the bleak apocalypse. We want to have a fun, exciting future that if you could look in a crystal ball and see the future, you'd be like, yes, I wish I could be there now. That's what we want. So when we think about transport today, there's a lot of kind of pain that we take for granted that we think is normal. Like having to drive around.
All right, let me pause this too. And he also talked about he was explaining the reason why he wanted to create in LA like underground tunnels, so it could also be like a train, like a really fast train underground, because like a subway, but it's like you can use your car, like underground tunnels, trains, vans, things of that nature. Like I believe he said an underground highway, because LA, New York, those places is like, is very overcrowded, and it's a lot of people on the road. And to be able to like eliminate that, he wanted to create, something underground, so it can be people won't have to stay in traffic for 3 hours. So that's also a good idea, as far as transportation, because people always say like transportation sucks. I'm in traffic for so long, the road rage, people drive reckless. There's people that had died for road rage. It was a football player, I think it was Joe McKnight. It was a road rage situation. The guy pulled a gun and shot him. So you eliminate that, and as I talked about with human error, you won't have to deal with that. You won't have to deal with any of that. So it takes a big chunk of the human error, as far as like our emotions getting the best of us, or we're late for work, so we're trying to like, pretty much drive a little reckless to the point that we could harm somebody. And also, people driving drunk, having and it's crazy because you could get Uber now, but people still want to drive, and that's I don't understand that. But yeah, it eliminates the driving drunk, it eliminates reckless driving, it eliminates road rage as well, and also like the traffic being like congested to the point that people have to wait in traffic for 3 hours. It's so many variables to this as far as transportation, to be able to revolutionize and evolve transportation to technology to the point that people won't have to worry about even driving. But it's like 2 layers to that. You still want to be able to be in control of your vehicle. It's going to take time for people to be able to adjust, but people adjust taking a train already and the bus, so it's going to get to that point. So let's finish it.
Around LA, in like 3 hours of traffic.
See? I just said that, right? Damn, come on, man. So I just said that. He wants to create like underground tunnels, especially like places like LA and New York, because the traffic is crazy. 3 hours of traffic. Nobody should be able to go through that. People, once they get off of work, they're tired, they want to go home. And staying in traffic for 3 hours is wild. So he want to create underground tunnels. He want to create things that it could be able to relieve the stress amongst people so they won't wait in traffic.
Yeah, people that live in LA, I mean, try to get from Pasadena to, El Segundo during rush hour. It's like you could fly to, another city faster than you can get to crosstown LA. So
Kobe
and you have to
Bryant
drive the whole way. Unless you're on a Tesla, of course. That Tesla already does quite well at this, supervised self.
I know I keep stopping it because I'm trying to make a review. But Kobe Bryant, he was taking helicopters to see, to LA, to like Corona, just to see Gigi play, and that could have prevented him for passing away if traffic wasn't so bad. If there's a way to get there efficiently, he won't have to take a helicopter and risk his life to see his daughter's basketball game or take it to a basketball game, because LA traffic and the traffic in California is so bad and it's so congested, and being there 3 hours, you'll never get there. So it could solve a lot of issues. Could have saved a life too.
Driving. So supervised full self-driving is actually working quite well. I'm sure there's people in the crowd, you're using that, yeah? So we'll move from supervised full self-driving to unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination. So, but there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car, and the car insurance, the car payments, and the storage of the car, it's very expensive. So with and you said like how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours. So the vast majority of the time, cars are just doing nothing. But if they're autonomous, they could be used, 5 times more, maybe 10 times more. So you could actually, for the same car, would have 5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours in the week, and like I said, only 10 of them are used for driving. So, and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times.
Man. Let me talk about that too. Certain places, parking fucking sucks. Like over here in Jersey where I'm at. There's no parking because the houses is designed, they don't have garages. So they can't put their car because they don't have garages. I don't know how these houses is built without a garage. And when they have a garage, they don't even use it. They use it for something else. So there's no parking. New York, absolutely no parking at all. You can forget about it. And they'll price gouge these parking garages mad money just to park there. So if that could be eliminated, having these robo cars, these robo taxis, these automated cars, self-driving cars, if that could eliminate that, that's resolving another issue. Like where it's so far we checking off a lot of boxes right now. That could be extremely helpful.
So we want, with autonomy, you get your time back. This is a very big deal. So it's not just it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10 times safer than a human. I mean, if you think of times past where there used to be an elevator operator in every elevator. But once in a while, they get tired and accidentally shear somebody in half. So now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it. And it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, "That's weird." Now that's how cars will be. And it's not just the lives saved in injuries, but if you think about the cumulative time that people spend in a car and the time that they will get back that they can now spend, well, I guess on their phones or watching a movie or doing work or whatever you want to do. You can think of the car in an autonomous world as being like just a little lounge. You're just sitting in a comfortable little lounge, and you can do whatever you want while you're in this comfortable little lounge. And when you get out, you will be at your destination. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So in fact, I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that you can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile.
I don't know if I necessarily would feel comfortable that kids would be by themselves using this. They would have to be supervised, so maybe the parents they can see their kids, they could supervise their kids with their phone. Because I'm pretty sure the vehicle gonna have you're gonna be allowed to see with your phone. So if I believe he's gonna explain it probably, but I have an idea how it's gonna be. So basically, when you get a robo-taxi, your phone's going to be connected, and it could probably be connected if you want somebody else to, to watch you. They will also have access to what you're doing on there if you allow access to somebody else to, to supervise, to see what's going on, So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case, because I'm like, kids being there by themselves, I don't know, but maybe it'll be a parental control to the point that your family can be able to supervise you, through your trip.
Whereas the cost of cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile.
Damn!
And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one. Yes, exactly.
Wow, that's
we expect the cost to be below $30,000. And I think there'll be an interesting, business model where, like, let's say somebody is an, Uber or Lyft driver today, where they can actually sort of manage a fleet of cars and sort of manage, 10, 20 cars, and just sort of, take care of them like a shepherd tends their flock. You have your flock of cars, and you're the shepherd, and you take care of your flock of cars. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think it's gonna be a glorious future. It's gonna be really something special. So, yes, good, all excellent questions. We do expect actually to start fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year. And that's obviously with the Model 3 and Model Y. And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport. In probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with time frames, but in 2026. So
about 2
yeah,
years.
Before 2027. Let me put it that way. And we'll make this vehicle in very high volume, and But well before that, you will experience a robotic taxi via the Model 3 and Model Y program, and Model S and X too. But your 3 and Y will achieve unsupervised full self-driving with permission in wherever regulators essentially approve it in the U.S. and then to follow in outside the U.S. So, and it's Cybertruck too. Yes, of course. Sorry, I don't want to be. Yes. All our cars are basically all cars that we make. So let's not get nuanced here. All right, next slide.
Elon Musk is on some fidgety shit, man.
So one of the reasons why
Elon Musk taking that
the computer can be so much better than a person is that we have millions of cars that are training on driving. So it's like living millions of lives simultaneously and seeing very unusual situations that a person in their entire lifetime would not see. But hopefully.
Oh, goodness.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal
I don't
loans
get paid with these ads.
Yeah, exactly. So with that amount of training data, it's obviously going to be much better than what a human could be, because you can't live a million lives. And it's also, it can see in all directions simultaneously, and it doesn't get tired or text or any of those things. So it will naturally be, like you said, 10, 20, 30 times safer than a human, just for all those reasons. And I want to emphasize that the solution that we have is
let me explain that. So basically, since it's automated, since it's operated with AI, artificial intelligence, is be able to grab all this data. So it creates this model and it grabs all this data and it tests all these different scenarios to the point that it's extremely efficient. So collision, how close it's to the curb, how close it is to like people, turns, speed. It's exactly by the book, based off of data. So it's run completely off of, we talking about lifetime of data when it comes to like, car crashes, car collisions, pedestrians being hit. So you see all these stop signs, yield signs. It grabbed all that data that it was testing, and it created this model, and then it got it right. So now that's why he said it's like 30. It's going to be 30 times better than what a human can do, because it grabs all the data, and I believe you have the neural networks operating all around the car. So it's seeing everything around the car. So it's going to avoid so many different collisions, which is cool. And I actually did a presentation with self-driving car. A driverless, self-driving car, and you see the neural networks. It continued when we testing these data. It got better and better through time, learning from his mistakes. So he created this model. The model was able to test all this data to the point that it's extremely efficient and it's 30 times better than a human driving a car. So that's why he's saying it's 30 times safer.
AI and vision. So there's no expensive equipment needed. So the Model 3 and Model Y and S and X that we make today will be capable of full autonomy unsupervised. And that means that our cost of producing the vehicle is low. Now we are going to actually overspec the computer for the Cybercab. So our AI5 computer will be somewhat overspec. And because I think there's actually also an opportunity, sort of like in Amazon Web Services, where if the car's driving for 50 hours a week, there's still over 100 hours left. And there's a potential there to have a massive amount of distributed inference compute, where if you've got, like, say, a fleet of 100 million vehicles and a kilowatt of efficient inference compute, you have 100 gigawatts of compute, which is really quite substantial. And if it's there, you might as well use it. So, yeah, so that's,
Pay as you use. That's
that
like
I think
the
will make sense. So,
format.
all right. So our autonomous future is here. As I said, we've got 50 Teslas driving autonomously. We're trying to give you a sense of what cities will be like in the future. And when you get in, you'll see like it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great. So, and we have enough vehicles here, so everyone should be able to try it out and experience the set that we've built here. It's a very big set, so it's like really, we've used several, I don't know, 20, 30 acres or something like that. It's really big. So it goes on, the ride's long. And we set it up to feel like a ride, like a park ride. So it'll be cool, and you'll get to experience it tonight. Something we're also doing is, and it's really high time we did this, is inductive charging.
So how does that
So the robotaxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges.
Wow.
So yeah.
So charge
kind of how it
on
should
its
be.
own? That's crazy.
Thanks, guys. I love you too. So one of the things that is really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. So what would happen if you have an autonomous world is that you can now turn parking lots into parks. And so we're taking the ing lot out of parking lot. Welcome.
And you make everything green.
So there's a lot of opportunity
More landscape,
to create.
give us fresh air, so it makes sense.
Green space in the cities that we live in.
What's that? That look fire. What?
Monday.com has.
I don't get paid by that. Again, stop it. What is that?
So that would be quite fantastic. Oh, and also, what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y?
That kind of looked like James Harden.
The Robobin. The Robobin is we're going to make this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you? That'd be sick.
That looks dope.
So this can carry up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods. So you can configure it for goods transport within a city, or transport of up to 20 people at a time. So this is gonna. The Robobin is what's gonna solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can use the Robobin. Some people call it the Robovan, but so yeah. One of the things we want to do, and we've seen this with the Cybertruck, is we want to change the look of the road. The future should look like the future.
That means it's going to eliminate more jobs. People, it's going to eliminate more jobs.
Speaking of robots.
Oh, there we go, the finale.
So everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels.
Look at that.
And we've made a lot of progress. with Optimus.
It looks like our robot.
And as you can see, we started
up
up with someone in a robot suit, sort of down. And then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you can have your own
like
personal
$20,000. That's
R2D2 C3PO.
That can do a robot
And
that can act like a
I
nanny
think at scale,
or a butler or something.
this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000-$30,000.
That's crazy.
Well,
That's crazy. That's a good ass
my
price.
prediction long term. Take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally, at
Autonomous
scale,
assistant
the Optimus robot, you should be able
friend.
to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do.
Wow.
And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind. Yeah. Because I think everyone of the 8 billion people of Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And
especially now,
there's going to be
especially
some,
this
maybe
generation.
two. And then they'll be
jumping
producing
on
products and services.
Let me pause it. I know what's going to happen is they're going to give it to one of these rappers to advertise it, to have it in their videos, or some type of pop star to have it, and then it's going to get people that want to buy it. And $20,000 and $30,000 is actually cheap for that. That can really do everything that you want it to do in your house. So I could see a lot of people getting this like rapidly fast. Like once he have it on the market, I could actually see people just running to get this, having that robot assistance to be able to do everything, because we kind of have a robot now. That's what it's pretty much our phones. Our phones is pretty much the robot, that does everything. That's why when somebody I know, like a close friend of mine, they niece was like, they was having a conversation, and her niece was like, "Yo, where's your phone?" She said, "Oh, I'm trying to I'm not, I think she said she lost her phone or something like that." She said, "Oh my gosh, if I didn't have my phone, I would die." And that's what this generation, they so reliant on technology, and they so reliant on their phones. It's like their phones is just another version. It's the synthetic version of themselves. So they need their phone, or they just going to be awkward. It just is what it is. So I could see everybody getting this damn robots. This is affordable too.
I predict actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of good outcome. Look on the bright side. The cup is 80% full. The cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want. It will be an age of abundance, the likes of which people have almost no one has envisioned. It'll be something special. So, and one of the things we wanted to show tonight was that Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you. Please be nice to the Optimus robots.
That could be scary though.
So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar. And you'll
the bottle girl in the club, you're finished.
I mean, it's a wild experience just to have humanoid robots.
You're finished.
They're there. You're just in front of you.
And them people that was out
yeah,
man.
with that, let's party.
Man, so many is finished once these robots come, man. Man,
I love you guys too. If you look at that, the gazebo over there,
that can't cook.
Let's get the party started.
Go take over that. What the heck? Oh, come on, man. So people gonna enjoy shit like that? Come on, man. What we doing here? Come on. I already know what type of training model that they use for this robot to dance. I'm not gonna say it up here, but I already know. That's not a damn brother and that's not a damn sister. They wasn't training with that, the way that robot was dancing. There's sure not a brother-sister training data for those robots at all. You're going to also start seeing, once they got this up, you're going to start seeing these robots doing TikTok videos. Watch, you're going to see it. It's coming. I don't want to see robots dancing like this on some corny shit. So let's fast forward that.
If you're not making $100,
I'm not getting paid for ads. Alright, what we got? So now they allowing the people to go into these self-driving cars that is unsupervised. And people, this is something everybody's will get comfortable with. You know, everybody go on the train, even though they have a train conductor. Even though they got a train conductor, most trains don't have a train conductor. It's run automated. Some people just don't realize it. You gotta get comfortable with this, like how he explained how the elevator was once like you had to like crank it up. Like so you go inside the elevator and you crank it up to go up, and you crank it down to go down. But now it goes up. Just push a button and takes you where you need to go. So it's gonna be that type of feeling. It's gonna be that type of adjustment because life is all about adjustment. People are adjusting the way these smart cities is gonna be. So this is pretty dope here. So they basically testing all these different technologies. Let me fast forward and see what's going on. Alright, hold up. I fast forward too far. Alright, so they basically see like all these different vehicles, self-driving vehicles, which is really dope. It looks like something from the future, something from the Jetsons, something like that. It looks dope. So he presented the self-driving vehicle, which is a robo-taxi, the robo-van that looks fire, and then he introduced the robots as well. So you got a robot serving drinks. So you got his uniform on, and he's able to serve drinks. And especially where I'm at, a lot of y'all bartenders over here, y'all drinks suck. Y'all just there to look good. Y'all drinks is horrible. But with me, I do want to see a traffic over a freaking damn robot. So I don't really care for that. When it comes to like going to the bar and having a drink, I already care. Robots. So they able to interact with the robot, and the robot is able to, to respond back as well. So I guess she said, let me get like 2 drinks, and they able to grab that data and they able to, you know, to spit that data out. So they execute what that person is telling the robot. So that's what they're doing there. So that's pretty dope. So you see that's the robo van right there. The joint that looks like a transformer. So you see the robot did. Oh, the robot did 5 more. So he's basically said the robot's gonna be amongst us. They're gonna just be walking the street, doing their thing, probably, you know, running some errands for people. You might see them in the club, you know, working in the club or whatever. And this is going to help owners as well. But it's not going to be so good for the job market because they won't really need people. They're going to have these robots doing everything. And so it's going to eliminate the jobs, which is a scary thing, which is what the people in Jersey and the Jersey sport was fighting for. They're fighting to eliminate automation, but you can't eliminate something that was in the they was working on this in the future. So you can't eliminate that. And the more you complain about it, the faster they're going to put it out. So I wouldn't complain about it. I'll just say, let me just prepare like it's going to happen tomorrow. Because if you complain, they're going to tell you about it. But if you're complaining, you can't. I could just have a robot that's more efficient, that eliminates human error, be able to execute the job efficiently. So that's the thing. So that's the car. Let me see what else they got. Alright, I'm going a little faster. This a whole vibe. I should have been here, man. Damn, if I would have done that, I would have paid to go out there. I like shit like this. I love technology. Alright, so what they got? What's that? Oh, they got the robot Michael Jackson here. Hey. Alright, let's fast forward this. Alright, so the robot.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it.
Again, I don't get paid for ads. Stop it. What is that? Alright, so I guess the robot gives them gifts. Alright, they interacted with the robot. I heard the robot could actually play games with them. It was like on TikTok they was actually talking to them. So you see right here they talking to the robot. The robot could be able to interact with them. 2 Chainz was at this event too. He was actually communicating with the robot. The robot was actually, the way they communicate extremely well. It's not no shit like I am. No, it's like they sound like a real human, and they talk the way that we would talk, like with emotion. So you see playing rock paper scissors shoot. So these robots is programmed extremely well. It's programmed like a human. So the robots learn from us, and it can be able to be super duper efficient. So there might be. Is that it? Let me see where we at. Might be all right. Fast forward. Might be it. That might be it. All right. So all right. Let me go back. All right, so what y'all think about that? What y'all think? Y'all think this is something that you would buy? This is something that you would want to have? You would want to have like a robot assistant in your household, be able to do your laundry when you're tired so you won't have to do it, or able to cook for you when you're tired. You won't have to cook. You won't have to, put something in the, in the microwave real quick. Somebody to do your errands. Sometimes you tell Jeffrey, can you run this to the store? Jeffrey, can you give me a pack of cigarettes? Jeffrey, can you do these dishes? And Jeffrey's like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to do these dishes. Just ask the robot. Ask the robot to do it. The robot is gonna do it. Whatever you tell the robot to do, the robot's gonna do it. So Jeffrey wanted to do it, and the robot could be able to like if it's like if because now some of these kids' homework is extremely hard. Like in like elementary, junior high, high school, the homework is hard. That robot is gonna be able to solve all that. Go give them the answers and all that. Because you see what ChatGPT is doing. Is able to solve all of that. So, the robot's going to be efficient. But, the bad when it comes to this. And I have to say, I said all good things. I was consistent on this. I said all good things. Hold up. Let me make sure we're good. I said all good things about this. So, I gotta say something. I gotta be fair. The bad thing about this, long term, it just wouldn't be. It would just eliminate human interaction. It would make us socially awkward because we already having very like social issues when it comes to being social in public. It's so many incels now because the internet has taken over our lives to the point that we get uncomfortable talking to people. We get uncomfortable interacting with people. I saw statistics. They say that as far as dating, people is meeting more online than they actually meeting in public. It is like the statistics is crazy. It's like a 30%. It's like up 30% from actually meeting somebody, in the supermarket out in public, which is crazy. This is the society we live now. The streaming world has took over everything, to the point that they have e-dating. You could be able to play games with people online, the online joint with the gaming. You got people that just rather just talk to people online instead of talking to them in person. So when you have these robots, you really gonna be to the point like I don't even want to be around a person. I don't really want to be around a human because that robot can do everything I want it to do. That's a problem. Humans supposed to interact with other humans. That's just it. That's how we able to function within society. And it's gonna probably eliminate the fact that people's not gonna be reproducing at the rate that it will civilization could always continue to upgrade. It's been a decline in that as well. Even though I don't have any kids, but it's been declining based from this generation, and it's gonna get even worse in the next generation. There's so many different layers and variables with that. The physical world is gonna be completely wiped out because people live this false reality of life. The false reality is social media. Social media. So they got social media and you're not being social out in public. So that's going to create so many, you're going to be weird. You're not going to be normal. You're not going to even do things normal. It's going to create so many weird, awkward people. It just is. Because our phones make us awkward already. How many times that if you're walking, people don't just look at you. They'll look at their phone before they look at you. Like, they're super reliant on their phones. So the robots, it would just be, the future with that would be wild. As far as the self-driveless cars, the only reason why I say the bad thing I would say about that is the point that it's going to eliminate so many jobs. It's going to eliminate our independence because damn, we want to be able to drive our cars. We want to be able to interact with some people, even though I said some people they don't want to interact, they just want to go to work. But some people, like, damn, they want to vent to somebody. It's like when you get your hair cut or you get your hair done and gotta have a good conversation. That human interaction is important, and we won't be able to lose that. So you lose your independence as well. And the job market is crushed with the robot, with the transportations be able to do that's completely automated, it's completely doing everything. It eliminates jobs. Like, jobs is obsolete as far as the physical labor is finished. And it helps the owners because the owners won't have to pay labor. They won't have to pay labor because the robots are going to do everything for free. That's going to be a part of the services that they pay. Whether they're going to do it, I don't know how that's going to work with the services as far as like, well, he talked about, you know, the taxis is like 1 minute, a dollar and some change a mile. With the automated, unsupervised, self-driver's car is going to be like 40 cents with the taxes. So it's going to be 40 cents a mile. That just creates so many, you know, it creates things cheaper for you to get around. So the good thing about that is, you know, everything goes green. He said it's going to eliminate the, you know, the parking space, and we can be allowed to see more landscape, see more green, have more trees, have more plants in these spaces, and it creates fresh air in the atmosphere for us to be able to breathe clearer, and we won't have to be, especially the big cities, won't have to be breathing all this smoky air, these toxic fuels from, you know, these trucks, since the trucks is electric. So we won't have to deal with that. And also these cars be able to charge on its own, which is dope. So that's my review on it. If you enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And on Twitch and YouTube, I'm going to be putting a few clips on TikTok as well. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. I just love doing episodes like this when it comes to technology. It's fire. It's dope. So yeah, so this is Main Event Trey. Final thought is, let me see. Life is all about adjustments. That's my final thought. Life is all about adjustments. You know, don't be so stressed out when it comes to change. Just make adjustments and make the right adjustments that feels good within yourself, and it feels good with your heart as well. Your heart is in it as well. So yeah, my name is Main Event Trey, man. I appreciate y'all for watching the stream on Twitch and also YouTube and also Kick. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna do, of course, the NCAA later on. So man, I see you when I see y'all. Peace out, man. Peace out.